Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lau'ryn, if you don't know. I have a few videos before this one, but I think it's time for me to tell my story. So, as far as my story, I'm going to be going through chapters. And today I'm going to start off with chapter 1. How did I become a mom at 19? Being a PK, growing up in the church. How did that happen? What happened to me? I'm gonna let it all out today. This is chapter 1. Okay, so let's start in 8th grade. 8th grade, I met someone. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't want to give him any credit, none of that. But I met someone that we kind of liked each other. Mind you, in 8th grade, you're young. You don't really know any better. We just liked each other. He was funny. I was cute. That was that. But I ended up moving away. So 7th grade, I met him. 8th grade, I moved away. And then I came back for freshman year. I moved away to California. We talked a little bit. Came back my freshman year to Chicago. And I was given a choice of what high school I wanted to go to. My parents asked. And I could have went to one school where I knew a bunch of people, where I had friends at. And for some reason, I was like, no, I want to start over. I want to go to Crete. I want to go to Crete Monee, which was kind of stupid. Sydney, why would you not go to a school where you knew everybody? Why did you want to start over? But I guess it was meant. Okay, so that's from freshman year all the way up to senior year. I was just single, going to school, being a good girl, doing me, going to church. Senior year, the same guy that I liked in 7th grade ended up popping up in one of my classes. I think it was the beginning of the year. And I was like, he noticed me and I noticed him. He noticed me first. I noticed him later. And I still was just like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. So he ended up approaching me in the hallway or whatever. We exchanged numbers. We started talking and it went from there. So we would go to like games together. We would go out a little bit. I mean, we didn't have any cars. I would go to his house. He would come to mine. He met my parents. I guess they were okay with him. But he wasn't the typical guy that I thought I would like. He had dreads. He was kind of like on the streets a little bit. And that just didn't fit me. So I don't even know why I was with him. But we were together. September of 2014, we were together. And then I was a virgin. So immediately after we were together, we just started doing things. We had sex. I got pregnant. And I remember this day like it was yesterday. So we got pregnant June of 2015, after we graduated. Summertime at his mother's house in the basement. It just happened. So I remember feeling sick, and I remember going to get like a pregnancy test, a cheap one, and it said that I was pregnant, and I just didn't believe it. I was like, this ain't no way, like I'm pregnant. So I remember I had a cousin that I was really close to, and she was like, okay, I'm about to go. I told her what was going on. She was like, okay, I'm about to go get some real pregnancy tests for you, clear blue. We're gonna get like 3. And I took them. It said it. I kept it to myself. I was like, ain't no way I'm about to tell my parents. There's no way I'm about to tell my siblings. There's no way, like, I'm just not gonna tell anybody. At this point in church, I didn't really have like friends. I had my cousins. And she knew, but she didn't tell anybody, thank God. She knew. And then in like certain moments, I had like an auntie that asked me if I was pregnant because she had a dream. My brother asked me if I was pregnant because he had a dream. I was like, no, I was lying to everybody. I was like, no, I'm not pregnant, y'all. Like, no. Mind you, I'm 19, scared out of my mind, sick as a dog, have not went to the doctor because I didn't know what to do. I'm young. My parents didn't know I had no help. He is also young. His parents didn't know he didn't have no help. So we just like, we knew we were going to keep it. So we kept it. And the relationship between him and I was very rocky. Like, he was kind of crazy. He would cuss me out in arguments, talk about my family and my dad's sickness, throw all that in my face, being very rude, disrespectful, just off the chain. And I never left him. I remember us getting into altercations, fights, physical fights, and I just never left. It was really bad. So that was June. I got pregnant. August, I still never told my parents to this point, but August was my parents' anniversary, so we had a dinner in a restaurant, and I invited him. Me and him rode together, and as we're driving to the restaurant, we're fighting. Like, we're fighting at this point. So I get to the restaurant, I'm kind of upset, but I kept everything in. I really didn't talk as much as I did now. Hello, I got a YouTube channel. I didn't talk like that. I was very shy. I was very quiet. But when that fight had happened, we didn't sit next to each other at the dinner. It was very weird. And I just felt like, okay, I need more help. I can't just let this be between me and him. He is a fool. He's not trying to take care of me. And that day after the dinner, my parents approached me and it was like, they were like, do you got something you want to tell us? I just went on here and said it. At this point, I'm 3 months. I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And they was like, why you never said anything? My mom was like, I kind of knew. You live with us. I kind of tell something was off. She was like, why you didn't tell us? I'm like, y'all are pastors. Like, this is scary. I am scared. I don't know how God is going to feel. I don't know how you all are going to feel. I was just scared. They was like, no, we got you. Mind you, my baby's father he's at the restaurant, but he's outside, so he didn't hear this conversation. So we went outside and we told him, and he like, oh yeah, like it was fine. The conversation went well. I felt really good. Me and him left together. We were good because the weight was off our shoulders. Now, when he told his mom, it was not good. She was like, "Is that even your baby? She trapped you." Like, she said all of that, and it hurt my feelings a lot. That she said did hurt my feelings, but I just whatever. To let it go. So when I told my mom, we were able to go to the doctor's office. We were able to find out the sex. I knew I was having a girl before they even told me. Like, my spirit just knew I was having a girl. Like, every mom knows. It's very rare where you just know and then it comes out and it's something different. Most of the time I hear mom saying I knew what I was gonna have before I found out. So I knew I was gonna have a girl. I knew her name. I would have dreams about her. All of that. And so, like, in church, I would sing. I would be on the praise team, and I had to sit down from that. And I remember just being so hurt. I remember being upset at my father for sitting me down. I told him, I don't think it's fair that I'm getting sat down when everybody else on this praise team is living their lives, doing what they want to do. He was like, well, I don't know what they're doing, but I can clearly see that you're pregnant. The church can see that you're pregnant, you're not married. You can't sing until you have the baby. I was like, okay. So I gave birth. I could cry about the birth. I gave birth to my daughter February of 2016, February 18th, at 3 a.m. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but it went well. I didn't have any medicine. I didn't have an epidural. I just did it natural. It was scary, but I did it natural. And right after I had the baby, something clicked in my mind. I was like, I don't want to be with this man anymore. I don't want to be with you. He would like leave me in the hospital alone. When I got out the hospital, he wasn't coming to the house. I want the baby at my house. No, she's going to stay with me. She's a newborn. She's not going to spend the night with you right now. We're not doing that. So he would get upset, cuss and scream and holler. The mom would get upset. And I just didn't want to be with him anymore. And he didn't like that. So from when I get home, all the way for 6 years, we've just been arguing. We've just been fighting. Things have happened, things have occurred that I'm going to go more into detail with. But this is just the first chapter of what happened. How did I get pregnant? He was my first. I never had any boyfriends. I wasn't that girl. But Carter Lewis, this is my baby, Carter. She is now 6. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. She has made me mature. She has made me ready for life. It's like I'm not selfish because I have a child. I'm a great mom. Like, there's a lot of not okay moms that they don't take care of their kids. I take care of mine. I make sure I do what I can for my child. And I learned my lesson from that. Like, I don't want to have another baby out of wedlock. I don't want to do that. I want to be married. I definitely want to have more kids, but I want to be married next time. But that was just the first chapter of how this PK girl that grew up in church, grandfather had a popular church in Chicago Heights. My dad has a popular church now. And then Sydney, the chosen one, got pregnant at 19 years old. It was the most scariest thing in my life. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Now the one thing I do regret is holding it in and not telling my family, because I would have had more help. I would have had more support. And I think that would be the lesson for this video. I'm going to try to do that every video, have a lesson. I think the lesson would be, any young girls, if you get pregnant, just tell your parents. Tell your friends, tell your family. You don't want to be in it alone. You don't want to do it alone. You don't want to cry at night. You don't know what to do. You're scared. You're not a doctor. You're a teenager, and your family can help you, especially your mom. Especially your mom, because she's been there. Even if she was married, she's still been there being pregnant. So I would encourage any young woman to tell your family. Do not hold it back. Do not be afraid. Like, a blessing is here. A blessing is in your belly, and it's okay to let it out. I understand that we don't plan for that. We want to have the perfect family. We want to be married. We want to have that perfect man. And sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes it comes later. And I believe mine is coming later. But Carter, I don't regret her. I just regret how I did it. And so if you're going to take anything from this video, open up your mouth and tell somebody, because you're not alone. You can even tell me you're not alone. I had to go to like Aunt Martha's for a blood test. You don't have to do that. When my mom found out, she took me to Advocate. You know what I'm saying? You could have a better future for yourself and your daughter if you open up your mouth. So this is just chapter 1, Off the Dome. I hope this helps someone be, ready for the next video. Be ready for chapter 2, going into detail on the toxic relationship and how I dealt with all of that. Be ready, because I'm not, but get ready. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, share this YouTube channel, because I want to be a voice into this generation, okay? I am a Christian, but I made some mistakes, and I just want to share that. So don't forget to reach out to me on Instagram. My name is Sydney Lau'ryn on Instagram with 2 N's at the end. SYDNIE LAURYNN. Facebook, the same. Reach out to me. Let me know, if you need help with anything. I love you. Whoever's watching this, you're not alone. And see you guys next